Hey all, and welcome back to Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games DS. Welcome to Cuba. I saw Silver and Blaze there, or the continuation of our quest to get them on the team continues. But this is, as the name might suggest, a pretty labyrinthine like overworld. So expect a lot of winding and twisting corridors, a lot of characters to beat and unlock in minigames. I mean, not like with hey Knuckles, come over here and punch this guy in the face for me, sort of thing. And stuff to unlock, trivia to get, and so on. It's a pretty cool world, but Flame, you don't like it. Why?
Because it's a fucking maze and I get lost. It's not just the layout that's confusing, because you can see on the top screen there that you got the map showing where stuff is and whatnot. It's the fact that what you're not seeing on that map is there's certain areas that you need to just kick a bridge down, or just you can't get certain areas just yet, so you can quite easily get lost when you're looking for a certain thing.
I see.
Which, not my favourite kind of overworld, if I'm being honest.
Yes, thank you for your input, Yoshi.
Yeah, I was basically letting Yoshi answer for me there.
Okay, so he's lost his driftboard. That's for the snowboard event, I assume.
I believe so, yes. But he's going to have to get that back.
Okay. There's a surprising character that shows up in Cuba that I wasn't expecting for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was because it was like a spin-off game that featured him. I'm not going to give the game away, but Flame, you know what I'm talking about. Richie, you haven't played this, so you wouldn't know. But you might not expect them either, honestly.
No, it does kind of come out of nowhere, but I'm okay with that because it is them being a bit more creative for their picks than just using the obvious.
I mean, I've got a suspicion of who it theoretically could be, if we're talking from a spin-off, but I'll just wait and see, and I'll tell you whether I figured it out when we get there. Largely just so that when we get there I can just say, I was right, and you will never know whether I was actually right or not.
Okay, I'll give you one guess now, Richie.
I mean, I would assume Jet, but we'll see.
Okay, well keep that in mind and we'll see if he's right. And if you are right, Flame, you have to call Richie the bestest gamer in the world.
Why do I have to fucking do it?
Because I'm the boss, like you said, and I'm the one who's... I don't want issue orders. Me big man. Me give order.
What is this fucking BBC Pigeon Hellfire comes out or some shit? God damn.
Your Dan is going to be fucking lit in it as we go down the slopes as Princess Peach.
What the hell was that?
Oh my god, you haven't seen the BBC Pigeon account on Twitter? Oh my god, it's amazing.
I have not. I mean, largely because I've sort of been, unfortunately, following real life politics and just
No, this is official. This is an actual BBC account. That translates it into that pigeon talk.
Chav talk, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. I will have to have a look at this later. Maybe it'll make me feel better about politics. I doubt it, but hey.
Yeah, we're on the eve of the 2019 election here, and let's just say I'll be moving into Cuba if things go south.
No, it's fine. There'll be another general election next month anyway.
Oh, you're not wrong, Flame. You're not wrong.
I forgot how much setup there was for this fucking area, but what we just saw there was the block towards the north path that I tried to go up, these balls spinning, and they mentioned that we might need psychic powers to stop that. So you can probably guess who it's prompting us to unlock for that, but that won't be for a little while yet, because there's also another character here. Hello, Birdo.
Oh, Jesus.
How can we make this as uncomfortable as possible?
Can you go away, please? I can't unsee Brian Griffin.
So was Birdo the character that you were talking about, or was it a different one?
It's not Birdo, but Birdo is an interesting pick in his or herself.
Well, oh, yeah, that is complicated. it's so in terms of the English version,
we're not going down there. We're not opening that can of worms. Thank you very much. Let's just get the driftboard and slide down the slope to comfortable, non-political, non-social commentary.
Totally fair.
Tom is a coward.
Yeah, but I'm not going to make any bones about it. I'm a scaredy cat. I don't want to get banned or yelled at.
Well, see, the problem is we don't know if Birdo has the bone or not. I told you I would make this as awkward as possible. Here you fucking go.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I think we can just sort of easily neaten it off by it doesn't matter either way.
Well, no, but it's just fun discourse because they have contradicted themselves on multiple occasions with whether Birdo is a male or a female.
Yeah, I guess so. Also, really weird, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Birdo appears on advertisements in the background, but she's not a playable character for some reason.
Well,
no, but they were playable in Double Dash, and I remember that it was the Yoshi Birdo team that would get the giant eggs, which
oh yeah,
not my go-to team, I will say, but you know, that's just one of my issues with Double Dash.
I mean, I will always say that I loved Double Dash at the time. I think sort of you go back to it now and it does not feel quite as good as it did back then, but I think that's because obviously Mario Kart has evolved since then to a much more smoother play style.
Okay, well, Koopa Troopa and Paratroopa in the Paratroopa car, that was my main, as it were, until I got like the golden fuck you cart, which was beautiful, and then I still used Koopa and Paratroopa. Good times, good times. Basically, this is like, you know, we had that skiing thing earlier, and I said it would be a lot better if it was in 3D. The gods of minigames basically granted my request, and this is it. Look at it, like, it's skiing in 3D.
Quite a fun minigame. Like, we'll be going down this particular track a few times over the course of the playthrough. I will say, like, the control, it's okay, but the touch controls can be a little bit fiddly going around corners. And also, it has the Mario Kart issue of sometimes the item distribution is just flat out bullshit and they twat you when you're in front of the goal, which is fun.
I've lost towards the finish line more than once, but that was like a pretty heftily designed course for just one minigame. That's like a shorter Mario Kart track, really.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, the sort of, I don't know why they didn't put more effort into just, you know, tightening up that rather than doing the 2D one, because that seems like it was a lot more fun in terms of sort of the concept and the look and the feel, and it felt much higher quality in the grand scheme of things.
See, they're in this weird situation, I feel, where they want to show off as many different, like, varieties of sports as they can, and what that means is that their development time is like divided across like implementing each of these sports from scratch, whereas quite a few of the sports would have benefited from having more resources allocated specifically to them, because like I like that particular game that we just did, but that's the only track for it, whereas I feel like if they had like maybe 3 or 4 different courses that you could do that down, that would be really cool. And same with another one of the race kind of sports that we get toward the end of the game as well. It's like, these are legitimately fun, but I do also get why they couldn't really flesh them out as much as they'd have liked. But yes, there is somebody behind here. He's a bit of a busy bee.
Oh, can we just leave him there, please?
No, you can't leave Charmy behind. He's just too cute.
That's a word for him, I guess.
I don't want to!
It's fine, the password's on the top secret disk.
Oh. Okay, we'll go get fucking Vector. Can we leave now? Thank you.
We'll get Vector later.
Oh, God. Although, from the looks of things, I can clearly see that there's going to be a wall that's going to block us off, but, like, couldn't we just, you know, walk around him? Like, for God's sake, just jump up a bit and jump over the side and just go, oi, you little twit, stop it.
Oh, this is Charmy B security. I know you could literally jump down from the platform above it, but you know.
Well, the rules of isometric control say no. That was completely pointless, Flame.
Well, I've got to do a fancy little run around to it, haven't I?
Circuit, if you will. Whatever.
Fancy little run around, that's my term. I'm sticking with it.
Come on, give me something to read. I'm a commentator with, like, nothing to read on screen or a funny voice to do.
I know, and I've not had any reason yet to bring out the Vancouver facts.
But here we go, here's Best Girl.
I'm going to ignore that. This is a really good 3D model for Shadow.
It really is. Bear in mind that this is the first DS game we've done after Chronicles, where his model was not quite so great. Like, it's fucking night and day here, really, isn't it?
Thank God he has like proper voice clips and whatnot.
Oh god, yeah.
I mean, anything better than the fucking sound effects we had in Chronicles.
That's what I was getting at, like or
Or boing, or the sound of him throwing up, and other such noises.
That is a stock throw-up sound effects. I've heard it in like other shit as well. We actually have a full playthrough of Sonic Chronicles and Dark Brotherhood. That's on the channel right now if you guys want to go check that out after we're done here, waiting for new parts and whatnot.
Yeah, that game's a thing.
I like Chronicles, but more in the playthrough.
Alright, across the finish line before Shadow. This was the one I was talking about, getting pipped to the post.
Oh yes, you can get twatted with items when you would rather not get twatted with items. But this is a race, and we've got to have Sonic versus Shadow. That's like the perfect like face-off here. This is like the rematch from the one they had in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay, he's not gonna. He doesn't have a quote. He just has an utterance.
Yeah, just ugh.
I would have preferred Live and Learn here, but they had it in Generations, so whatever.
Either that or fucking the... what's it called? I forget the name. Fortress Story. That would have been cool to have going on here. Although you might have wanted that to be more for a dream event in one of the console ones if you had it in Space Colony.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, sort of like, it's a pretty standard thing to say, and we've sort of said it before, but sort of these Dream/Fever events are definitely always a highlight in the franchise, just because they just are so unique. And I think that's why, like, Mario Kart as a sort of kart racer works, is because it's so different to regular racing. It just makes it more interesting, and sort of taking regular sports and adding kind of fun gimmicks to them is sort of what Mario has always done best with at sports games, and I do wish that they had done more in general with these sorts of gimmick levels, because it just makes them more engaging and just more different, really.
Well, in that regard, there's Golf Story, which is like a golf RPG, which was pretty well received. There's also a sequel called Sports Story that was announced, I believe, yesterday at the time of recording on the Nintendo Indies thing, you know, the Nindies, and that's like a bunch of sports rolled into one with like an RPG as well, and treasure hunting and so on, and it's pretty cool actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of sounds like it's taking inspiration from the Mario Golf Game Boy Color game that had like the whole RPG-esque gameplay, and I think the tennis one on Game Boy Color did as well.
Yes.
Which, they're games that they look legit cool. I should get around to playing those at some point, because I do like me some, you know, Game Boy Color little spin-off kind of games. Which I did go through a phase last year and the years before of just going through a lot of like Game Boy spin-offs, like your fucking Game Boy Mega Man, your Castlevania The Adventure, like all them kind of games that I feel like they're kind of underappreciated, but I do really fucking love the Game Boy in itself, so take that how you will.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Game Boy was an excellent console that did incredible things, and while certain versions of games on there are not the best things in the world, they are just very impressive for the sheer fact that they managed to get them on that system, because obviously it was so limited in what it could actually do.
Yeah, and the fact that you got such a strong library going, like you got Pokemon and Super Mario Land, fucking best Mario platformer, and I'll stand by that.
I kind of prefer Land 2 if we're talking about the Game Boy games, but Shadow is now on our team. Flame, keep it to yourself in the pants. He is on our team and we will use him soon.
Yes, I was hoping he'd choose me. Wait, fuck, I wasn't meant to say that out loud.
Oh my.
Oh god, this playthrough just keeps getting dirtier by the second.
It's your fault, Rich.
Well, adapt or die, Richie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's true. Thankfully, you know, I've seen enough Rocky Horror at this point that nothing phases me.
Yeah, that's odd but true, I suppose.
Like, everyone's got to have that one thing that desensitizes them to it, haven't they? Yes, thank you for pointing out the fact that we're in Amazing We're fucking lost.
Let's see, the real adventure is only just beginning. What does he have for us here? That's right, it's time for Fever Hockey. Oh boy, here we go!
Yes, so this one, thankfully, this isn't a full game of Fever Hockey just yet. This is a little challenge of trying to get it into the bonus goal once.
Right. Well, I mean, that'll just make it easier, I suppose. If it is easier. He says not knowing, how the sport actually works, but I would assume it's easier than a regular game.
Well, what you've essentially got to do is kill time a bit until that door at the top opens and then shoot it into that goal rather than, actual goal.
Right.
In the main games of Fever Hockey, what that is multipliers. So if you get a score in that, then you say you got your 10, 30, 50. That boosts what points you'll get if you then score a regular goal.
Okay.
And then you'll also drop items on the field, like you saw you had the speed up shoes and the invincibility just then. For this, we literally just need to score one goal into the goal at the top. So I'm basically just trying to play keep away for now. There
Nice. We go. They get harder, trust me, they get much harder.
Oh, they really fucking do.
So I suppose here's my question. Does the multiplier that is achieved once it goes through the top goal only effective to the person who shot it in? So as in, if Wario and Yoshi obviously got the 50, is that for both of you or just for them?
No, that's the next goal that's scored.
So it's for everybody?
Yeah, so what you ideally need to do is as soon as it comes back out, you just want to score a goal as quickly as you can. Otherwise, you have potentially handed over 50 points to the opposition, and that's part of what makes it so difficult.
Yeah, I totally get that, but I suppose that's also what makes it exciting, he says, in sort of massive air quotation marks. Like, it's clearly not the best of ideas that they could have had, but it's at least something to make it unique.
It's exciting maybe for the first 3 or 4 attempts. After that, it gets a bit grating.
Oh lordy. Alright, what else we got down here? Follow the winding paths of Cubirymph.
What we've got down here is me being fucking lost.
Fair, honestly. It's if you weren't lost in a labyrinth, then what the fuck did they spend all this money building it for, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't really get lost in Sonic 1 Labyrinth that much.
I mean, it's a linear course, mate. It's a bit of a oxymoron name, really.
Yeah, although, to be fair, when they did Lost Labyrinth in Sonic 4, that's kind of easy to get yourself, like, fucked over in. Although that's more so for the fucking, like, lighting the torch puzzle than anything. Here we go.
Well, now we have 2/3 of Team Dog.
Yeah, about that. We're actually waiting to use you to find stolen stuff. That's
nice.
That's clearly more important than, trying to stop Eggman.
Not to profile or anything, but why are we assuming that Rouge isn't the one who stole all the memorabilia?
I mean, yes, I have been wondering that for quite a while, because it would make sense that she was, because she is a thief! Obviously she's a dual thief, but she's a thief all the same, no matter who's paying her to do it. There we go. Oh, I could care less. Couldn't care less, for the love of God!
I hate that one too, don't worry.
Oh, well, whatever. This is still Lani Minella voicing Rouge, isn't it? Oh, wait, no. No, this is the 4Kids cast at this point.
Yeah, it would have been. I'm not sure who did Rouge during that, but I like how inconsistent the stock art pieces are, because this, I think, is that Rivals 2 art? Or is that 06?
It might be 06, because I'm pretty sure the Rivals 2 one is like a more panic sort of thing, like, oh, I'm not going to make it to the goal.
Rivals 2, I haven't actually played Rivals 2, I just played Rivals 1 a while back.
I'll have a look, mate, I'll have a look.
So, from the looks of things, at this point in time, Rouge was voiced by Kathleen Delaney.
Okay.
Yeah, who else has she played?
Kathleen Delaney has also voiced Tanya in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, My Valentine in Yu-Gi-Oh!
There you go.
Lady Alvida and Hina in One Piece, and Darcy in Winx Club.
Okay, that is the stock art for 2006 one.
Okay, gotcha. Because some of them, like, I recognise it as in I've seen it before. It's like trying to piece together, because this game is scattershot with what art it uses from where, and that's why the art direction for the UI, not so much the gameplay, but the UI is a little bit scattershot in places, I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're back here, and basically what Rouge was doing is that she wants to collect the white stones, the little stones we've been finding laying around, and in exchange for those, she will go and find the Olympic memorabilia. Thankfully, that is optional, because the white stones, there's a lot of them around, but a lot of them are hidden in quite obscure places that might be a bit harder to find, especially the ones that are just, like, laying on the floor as hidden items. So unless you want to be doing the game of just wandering around aimlessly mashing the A button, you know, you're probably not going to want to bother 100% in that particular mission.
Shortcut, and I think you can actually get a white stone detector, can't you?
You do later on, yeah, but that is quite a bit later on, and by that time you'll have missed quite a lot of the hidden ones, so you would still have to go back to all the places you've already been and see which ones you missed.
Fair dues.
But we have another one of those mechanisms blocking us, but this one, it seems to work differently to Tails' one, so it will be a different kind of minigame, thankfully.
Yay! Although I find it hilarious that how that Shy Guy is just like, I hate you, you're making me do work, you pricks! I mean, to be fair, I would probably be like that too if Bowser was my boss and just going, like, I've got no beef with you, Mario and something, but, like, I have beef with you because you're making me work. I'd rather just, you know, laze about and just do whatever I like right now.
More like Shyster guy.
Bowser asks, I didn't see you.
Okay, we've got another one of these. It's sort of like the not totem thing, but horizontal as opposed to vertical. And I guess we're going to need someone with projectiles, which rules out most of the characters here, although we did just pick up a guy. Yeah, there we go. Let's use the almighty power of the Chaos Emeralds to use Chaos Spear and open this gate that Shadow could probably just punch through.
Well, Knuckles definitely could. Well,
yeah, but also, you know, we have a gun that we've been using in sports, so couldn't we just use that?
Well, I mean, Shadow probably carries anyway, let's be honest.
He's definitely in favour of open carrying.
Well, I mean, that was his whole shtick in Shadow the Hedgehog, so yeah.
Shadow as a Republican is the funniest imagery. Trump's the coolest.
What the fuck? Although nowadays there was that animated thing that Trump was in that he was voiced by the guy who voices Shadow now, and I know someone's made that fan art of like Shadow and Trump taking a selfie together, which is amazing.
Although, sort of just to, you know, continue with that, obviously, did you guys see the clip that they've done of Trump as Thanos?
No,
because I don't go out of my way to find schlock like that. Politics is bad enough.
I mean, I know, but so basically, it was all over Twitter. The Republicans took kind of clips of, you know, Trump talking and sort of superimposed his face over Thanos' face at the end of Endgame, and literally, you know, the clip like just before the end of the film where he loses.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone's a bit like, so you're comparing yourself to a mass murderer who committed genocide and also chose
the
clip
most
right before he
boomer meme
loses?
discourse possible, Rich. I gotta be honest here, mate.
I mean, I won't call it boomer.
Oh, thank God, someone to talk about. News brief. Professor Gerald Robotnik, Dr. Eggman's grandfather, created Shadow. He also maybe enacted a Holocaust.
Yeah. And, you know, to do another news brief, in 2004, the operational cost of the 2010 Winter Olympics was estimated to be Canadian, well, 1.354 billion Canadian dollars, which is about 828,500,000 pounds. Obviously, sort of, it went up. I think in the end, the total operation cost was estimated to have been about $1.84 billion, and came in on budget, resulting in neither a surplus nor a deficit.
That's not bad, especially given Bowser and Eggman don't work for free.
The Supersonic Downhill mission. Oh,
Another
God.
one of these, yes.
Lovely.
Everyone's favourite.
What do you mean I don't look up to the task? I'm fucking Sonic!
Okay, so this particular one we've got to use 5 dash mushrooms without dying somehow.
Okay.
Which I will eventually get right.
So, how many takes did this take you?
Like I fucking remember.
Alright, here we go. You got a boost. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I will say, like, I know this looks very disorienting just because of like the horizontal layout here. When it's on the actual DS screen, it's a little bit more manageable, but not really. Oh, got like 11, 12 of the fuckers.
Yay, free up. Making it around perfect 50, y'all.
Yeah, I did actually build up lives quite a lot in this particular run. Like, in my practice run, during certain points I was quite, like, scraping by, but here, I guess given I'd had the practice and I weren't fucking up as much, I didn't lose as many, but still.
Why is Toad still telling us how many bloody crystals we need? We're like 4 worlds in, goddammit!
Well...
Because you might forget!
Oh god.
One more game.
Ooh, ski shooting, nice.
Another one of these, because, like, given we're back in Sparkleton now rather than Cube Roof, we are back to the Sparkleton Sports, but they, like, the last one was a variant. I forget whether this was a variant. Yeah, this one you've got to beat the egg hammer at the end.
Uh-huh.
So, this can be your revenge for all the grief they give you in Heroes.
Hate him so much.
Like, it's not so much them in themselves that's the problem, it's the fact that quite often they put them on the tiniest fucking platforms.
Yes.
And whenever you use, like, Knuckles' punch attack, you always go flying forward, so it's so easy to just fall off the edge. Especially toward the end of, I want to say, Mystic Mansion, when you get to that multicolour room.
Oh, yeah.
And the power section, when you just get one bit like that, I unapologetically use the, like, flying to power cheat to boost my team blocks for that, because fuck trying to do that legitimately.
Definitely.
Come on, do your thing already so I can shoot you.
No.
But I want him to die.
Well, he's dead now, so...
Thanks, Yoshi.
I love how Yoshi's, like, completely soared in terms of the points total, but obviously we only cared about beating the damn thing, so, hey.
Yeah, well, he was actually playing the game properly, whereas I was just worrying about the Big Mac.
Damn it, fell into the commentator's trope of humming along with the music again. Well, we got 4 crystals now, so who gives a shit?
It's fine, we'll be back in Cube Room soon and you can sing that song instead.
Beautiful. Sparkleton is probably the best overworld theme, I have to say.
So far, yeah. I would say I do like the Final Worlds one as well, but that's a little way off just yet.
I mean, obviously I say so far as in, obviously I haven't heard the others, so I can't make a judgment, but it's my favourite so far. Obviously Flame saying, I have a better one.
I have a better opinion, yes.
I'm gonna be honest, I forgot Mario existed in this game for a little while.
Well, I'm sorry, I've been conditioned to enjoy watching the blue guy go fast, so I don't use Mario unless I have to.
Ah, there you go, you got an emblem, it's like an egg in a box.
Yeah. And sorry, Dark Chow, we're not going to be playing your game.
News brief. In Sparkleton, the polar night lasts all through the winter.
We couldn't be bothered to make a day-night system.
So, just as, you know, we had another news brief, here's another one. So, non-direct Olympics Games costs, e.g. an expanded rail network, highway security, pay time off for government employees, volunteering, etc., cost in excess of $7 billion for the Vancouver Olympics.
Is that Canadian dollars?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, that's the one that I can't really frame how much that is in English money. Like US dollars, I can sort of make a guess. Canadian, I'm not that informed.
Although, to be fair, it might be American dollars because the way that Wikipedia seems to notate Canadian dollars is by C dollars and regular dollars as just dollars, but
regular
God only
dollars.
knows. Yeah, there's too many different types of dollars. I mean, I suppose once you start getting into, like, is it American dollars, Canadian dollars, Australian dollars? This is why the pound works. It's just a single currency and we're the only ones that have it.
Yeah, we managed to skip over the whole Eurozone thing, thankfully, but yeah. Though, saying that, I know everyone jokes about, like, the Canadians having monopoly money and that. Like, I do remember a little while ago, Tanner was complaining about how our money is too heavy, our English money, and it's like, that's the point. It's impressive. It's money. It's heavy. It's meant to feel good.
Yeah, well, you're the guy who collects coins, I suppose. Oh, here we go. News brief. One of the yellow shy guys in Cuban Riv is a world-class liar.
Nice.
What? That's like the equivalent of, like, getting a thing and saying, hear ye, Tails is a bitch at home.
Well, since we've had another news brief, some venues, including the Richmond Olympic Oval, were at sea level, which is a rarity for the Winter Games. And the 2010 Games were also the first Winter or Summer Games to have had an opening ceremony held indoors.
So if it's getting near sea level, at what point do, like, the skating sports turn into swimming sports?
Well, obviously they were in different places, it's just certain sports.
No, I was thinking, like, if it was a biathlon thing where the first half is, like, skiing down a hill and then, like, they have to throw the skates to the side and swim the rest.
That one was so obvious, I feel insulted, so I'm not reading it.
I mean, haven't they all been like that, though?
Well, at least we now know that one of the shy guys is a liar.
It's this guy.
Speaking of...
Oh, I wish I could use the springs like you, Sonic. No fair. Man, wouldn't life be easy on springs?
Okay, so what you got to pay attention to with these springs is the ones that have a villain's image in front of them, like you got Metal Sonic there, they will shoot you back, whereas the ones with a hero's image, like there's one with Silver somewhere, they help you progress.
Right.
So these villain ones can be a shortcut if you want to just get back to the start for whatever reason.
Okay, and now we know, and knowledge is something.
And knowing is half the battle.
Alright, here we go. G.I. Snow!
Same deal as always, just melt it rather than make that very small jump over on the right there.
Well, you could get impaled. Tails could get impaled. There's 4 spikes there, 1 for each friend.
Well, I mean, there's 5 spikes there.
And down it goes. Just JPEG it away.
I don't know, there was a transparency layer, so that was more of a PNG. Am I hoping?
Sort of, I suppose.
Here you go, Rich.
I was right!
Just a moment of bask in the rightness. Ah, here's Jet, still voiced by Jason Griffith.
Yeah. Hello, higher-pitched Jason Griffith. I'm Jason Griffith.
Literally, Jason Griffith.
Yeah.
This at least was a variance. It's not like the fucking whole pack of robots guy from Unleashed who literally was just Sonic's voice again.
Now, I have to say, like, the only reason that I figured out that it was Jet was because, you know, we got the snowboard, and it's just like, what other boarding character is there from a spin-off? It's Jet. Because even though he's not used that much, he did get a little bit of use around this time, because obviously he was in Black Knight, and they haven't entirely forgotten him as a character. It's just that sort of, yeah, they just don't use him nearly as much as they use Zavok, because clearly Zavok is a more interesting character than any of the Riders cast, clearly.
Well, Free Riders kind of killed the Riders series, so I don't think we'll see the Babylon Rogues again for a while.
Not if at all, yeah.
Which is a shame, because actually, they are not half bad as sort of kind of pseudo-antagonists, even if they're not really fully antagonistic. Just having them as being a little bit of a dick team going against you, it's something a bit different.
Yeah, and I like Sonic Riders as a game, and I like what I played as Zero Gravity as well, but it's just given they forced motion controls into the third one, it was like that kind of shot a lot of the reputation they built up in the foot, especially given it was the Kinect motion controls that didn't fucking work.
Yeah.
But yeah, Riders is one of them games that it's a very hard sell, to be fair, because there is such a difficulty spike. It's not like a casual racer like, say, Mario Kart, where you can just invite your mates over and just shoot your way through it in an afternoon. It is something that you have to practice and get good at, which not quite as casual friendly as a lot of mascot racers would try to be.
Yes.
You failed, Flame. You failed and you didn't get the points.
Who gives a shit? I'm gonna win!
Well, you better do.
Yeah, Sonic Special. It just kind of twirls the model around at light speed.
Yeah, it's really not hard to beat Jet Score here.
Bit more? Bit more? Yeah.
I think I'd long beat him, I was just showing off at that point.
Yes, you were, mate. Well, that was a pretty snazzy run, actually, so good on you. There's a Goomba just going back and forth in the background. Alright, guys, we'll see you next time when we continue and complete the rest of Cubirymph.